Both did a prayer to God, which is the prayer of Istikhara, and asking whether we should pursue each other for marriage, and came back.
And
go ahead, it's very good for you.
Or a religious verse that said you should do, is that right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I do remember saying, God, as long as both me and Sarah get close to you, then I want to go ahead, because obviously with marriage it's about teamwork. And I do remember the verse talks about the concept of pairs, so that really gave that boost.
We did talk about having children, but we wanted to at least give it a year, just to get to, know each other more and...
Not feel rushed.
Yeah, take our time. Not too much time as well, because we're both mature.
Because again, with children, your own personal life changes and it all gets put on hold for the next foreseeable future until the children grow up.
So we wanted to make sure the foundations were set between us first.
So, Sarah, back in 2014-15, you were back in the UK, and it was around about this time that you were having some discussion with your spiritual guide and master, was it, around Islam?
Yes, that's correct. He did inform us, actually, the family, that our name would be changed. And I asked, would I be part of that change? Because their surname normally means poor. And he says, no, we're changing it to Qani al-Billah, which means you are enriched by God. And so I asked my spiritual master, am I a part of that? Because I'm the wife, I'm not really a bloodline of the family. And he says, yes, of course. You and your husband will have blessed lineage. And so that's when I was actually first informed that I would have children.
We returned back to the UK, and we were looking about trying to try a bit more seriously then at that point. So we were going to the doctors and trying to figure out why we weren't getting pregnant. And initially, when I first went, they said sometimes it takes a bit of time. So a year had passed after that. So nothing actually happened in that year, even though we were still actually trying. And then we went back to the doctors, and then it's then that they turned around and said, okay, we need to do testings, yes. And they did some tests, and through the tests, they tried to get hold of me, and I was at work, so I tried to call them back, and we kept missing each other. And 6 months had passed, and it turns out I was actually diagnosed with polycystic ovaries, and I didn't actually know until 6 months later.
So they hadn't actually told you about this, despite the testing that had taken place?
No, they didn't tell me. They failed to continue to try and get hold of me, even though I also tried to get hold of them, and I didn't know that there was anything wrong. I thought the results were fine. And
how did that make you feel at the time?
I was just in shock.
I didn't lose hope altogether I would have children. It was just that I knew it would probably be a long process before that would even happen. So I was thinking maybe I'd be one of them, geriatric moms, as they call it in the medical term in the UK.
They say about this concept of like a reverse placebo. Did you feel psychologically traumatised a bit by the approach from the doctors?
Oh yes, definitely. I started to go into negative thinking. It starts to play on your mind, it starts to react in your body, and then obviously that in itself causes problems, and that can even prevent you from even having children itself, and other illnesses even for other people.
And Jared, how did you feel at this stage with this process?
I mean, they wanted me to get tests done as well, but I was adamant there was nothing wrong, to be honest with you.
Islam, our spiritual guide, and he informed me that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. And he
did that settle in your heart at that stage?
He said, well, for reassurance, make sure you go to the doctors, get yourself tested out to give you peace of mind, otherwise there's absolutely nothing wrong with you.
Which is very kind of him to say that as well.
And I went to the doctors, and they did some of the tests. I didn't even need to do all the testings, and they were happy that there was absolutely nothing wrong with me. I was completely healthy. I didn't even have polycystic ovaries, even though I was actually diagnosed with that. And there was nothing else to suspect either.
So they must have been surprised by the previous statements made by the other doctors as well?
Yes, even the doctor herself said, I don't know why the UK doctors have said that, because there's nothing wrong with you.
And at that point, soon after, you were able to conceive?
Yeah, well, after I went back to my spiritual guide and I said, okay, this is what they've said, I'm 100% clear because I told you. He goes, okay, now if you want to carry on trying, you'll be fine, don't worry. Just have faith. And that's exactly what happened. So I had faith. And within the 6 months after that, after him reassuring me that I was fine and just keep having faith, and I fell pregnant. I'm now pregnant.
Alhamdulillah, very praise be to God, it will happen through His guidance.
Definitely through the guidance of Allah.
And now you are due to have a baby very shortly, I think, maybe.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, I'm now 7 months pregnant.
So you were right all along, Javi.
Yeah.
You said there was nothing to worry about.
Definitely, it's just a mind thing where having absolute certainty and faith in God